Everyone, this is Sam Create the Hearts, and I'm back with, I think this is week 4, week 3, week 4 of the Paper Doll Club. I think it's week 3. I'm having a hard time remembering. This is where we get to make, use our dies to make different critters. It could be people. It could be dressed up animals. Just things that you have to put together to create the thing. So this is what I did, I think, last week, I did these owls from Spellbinders. I freaking love them. So you might want to check out my video from last week because this might be my favorite one so far. But today I'm going to be using Missees. This is Studio Light. Karen Jones? I forget her name. But there are stamps that can make the faces, or the bodies or the girls. I might be putting most of these in my D-stash because I don't see myself using the stamps so much as the dies. So this is what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using some variations of these dies right here and maybe some of these ones as well. I have a couple of sets of them and they all kind of work together to create different combinations of hair. You can do different bodies, not bodies, but different clothes. And so just really fun. Some other things I'm going to be using include this All Together Halloween from Tailored Expressions. This is one of those items where you stamp and then when you use the die, you cut out a lot of things at one time. I happen to love these, or you'll notice that I like that type of style. Kind of the do once and get a lot more bang for your buck type situation. I'm also going to be using these stars, and I'm also going to be using these sentiments, or at least one sentiment from here. And this is one of my favorite things. There's these simple strips, and there's also mini strips. And the investment really is in buying the die, but that one large die, there are many stamp sets that go with it, which I love is that they continue to add to it. The other thing I'm going to be using is this bumper pack from Polka Doodles. This is kind of fun. It has lots of different colors that you can use for fur and for skin and for hair. And so that's kind of fun. Kind of like the old the Julie Nutting dolls. If you have that paper pad, it does that too. So I'm going to be making a couple of different cards with you guys today, but I'm going to quickly put together a doll for you so you can kind of see how it cuts. Now, I went ahead and stamped my face already on there so that it doesn't smear because I'm using some ink that, I love it because it's vibrant. It's my VersaFine, but it needs a second to dry. So, so here are my little, all my pieces. I've got my clothing, I've got my hair, my body, and my head. And so this one is using kind of a 2-piece hair. Some of them don't use as much hair, I guess. I don't know. But it's fun. You can kind of design however you want it to look. And there's other accessories that I'm not using that you could use that can make it look a lot like the person you might be giving it to. So I've got her head on there. And now I'm going to put sort of the other portion of her hair. This is like her bangs, and it just kind of gives her, otherwise she looks a little strange. But there we go, and I think it's adorable. So the body cut separately. So it fits perfectly just like that. But I kind of like to tuck my body a little bit under the chin a little bit. Just so that it stays together. I mean, because I'm going to be using some foam tape. If I was just gluing this down, it would be totally fine to kind of piece it together. But that's kind of how I'm doing it. So the clothing, when you cut it, fits perfectly. And there's little stamps in there. You could decorate the clothing, or you could just use pattern paper to kind of design your clothing. You'll see me do it a couple different ways. This one in particular, I stamped on it, the clothing, but you'll see one where I use pattern paper, and then I'm putting a little scarf, so you could put a necklace. So there's a lot of different things that that you could do to decorate your girl. You can put a bow in her hair, which I'm not doing for this one. So you can put earrings on her, which one of the cards will show you with earrings. And so these are what kind of largish dolls. They might fit on an A2 size card. I didn't really try because I did slimline for all of them, but if you do, it's going to be very, very tight. I think that girl is like almost 5.5 inches tall. So I'm doing slimline cards. I actually have some slimline paper pads. I have some from scrapbook.com, but I also have some from the Not Too Shabby shop, and I even think I have some from Scrappy Boys. And then I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use that sentiment, but I decided I didn't, because this kind of has a sentiment. I did cut it out and prepare it just kind of so you can see it. But I wasn't completely sold on whether I was going to use it for this card because I didn't know how it's going to look. And I think I decided to go with the sentiment. So it does come with that little speech bubble, and the hello is part of the Missees, one of those kits. And like the sentiment you can use with the hello. So I did get it all ready just in case I was going to use it, and I decided I wanted to. And so it's a really simple card. Like, I mean, you could embellish it. You'll see the card I make last, I embellish a little bit more so you can see, like, do more and what it looks like. Or you can keep it very simple with just a sentiment and the girl. So it's super easy to make an amazing card with these dies. So I think that looks really cute. I think it looks really cute. So we're going to make this other girl, and you can see that how different she looks, and that's just with different hair. And I used a darker skin tone for her, and so I love how that looks. And I'm using this paper from Long Fawn. If you can't tell, I'm going to use it somewhere else too. It's not quite the right size, but it's close enough for me. I don't want to waste. And once you get your stuff on there, you can't really tell that it's got it's a little short, I guess, but it's fine. So I've got this on foam, and this just gives you an idea of a completely different look that you can get with these. And then this sentiment is just from a bunch of the foiled ephemera sentiments that I've gotten from Pink Press Studio over doing many of their different virtual retreats. And then this is if you want to go a little different. You could do colored hair. So I made a little really easy policy style envelope, and I just freeformed it. I just kind of folded it and cut it, and this is completely freeform because I've made enough of these, so I kind of know how they work. But you can use an envelope that you already have in your stash and just decorate it. But I wanted to, do something a little different just to show you that you can decorate. Like this would be great on a gift bag, like if it's plain white, or, the brown gift sack and you just wanted to decorate it, or an envelope. These girls are big, so they take up like a lot of real estate on that. I think they look really cute, especially the designs look like the birthday girl. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to embellish a little bit more. Get all my trash out of the way. And you can see this one, I did the cat ears. I did her clothes in, it's a little wonky because I just used a scrap that I had sitting on my desk. This little Halloween piece. The other side I think I used for something else, like it's a double-sided paper. And this is just a black piece of paper from scrapbook.com. And then I've got so she's got cat ears. The little cutout of the little animals comes in one of the Missees. And so I decorated her shirts. So I did a little bit more with this doll, just even decorating hers a little bit more. And then you're going to see me do a little bit more embellishing on her. And I did, yellow hair, so, it doesn't have to always be a picture. And then I've got a spider. And so a couple of pieces I'm using are from that Taylor Expressions die I showed you. I'm going to put my spider upside down. And there it is right there. And then I just took a white gel pen and just drew a line so it kind of looks like it's hanging above her head. And then I've got like a spider web, which I'm going to place behind her shoulder. And then I've got all these stars. And so I cut out these stars using some holographic paper that I had out when I was making my gnomes. And gnomes were the week before. It might have been my second week. I can't remember what week I did what item. So really fun things here. So I'm going to go ahead and put all these stars. So you can see that you can, embellish more if you want and it looks dashing, or you can be very simple with just the girl and a sentiment, or not. This one's on an envelope. I did put a sentiment just on her shirt. And, very simple, these last two cards. And so thank you. Make sure you watch all the other people who are linked up to see their projects.